My name is Buzz. There are people in this world who just they like doing things a certain way, a traditional way, and I'm one of those people. I like to give personal invitations, and this video is how to use sealing wax when you have maybe multiple invitations to do, and you don't have really time to just sit there and you know. If you've ever used sealing wax, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, um, like I said, I like to do things the old way. I'm in a room lit only by candlelight and lamp light. I don't allow electricity in this room except for like extenuating circumstances. A CD player is one of them, and this video is the other. Anyway, so as you can see, I have a ton of invitations to get rid of. I said get rid of. I'm sorry. I meant give out. And I've discovered that when I'm doing these, I can use this sealing wax, and it's just very slow going. And sometimes when you're doing 80 invitations or so, you just don't have the time for all of that. And plus, if you're having a little drinky poo, you're going to get quite drunk by the time you finish them. So anyway, this is a video on how to kind of speed that process up while still adhering to certain traditions and keeping certain technologies and comforts and things like that out of your situation, your environment. Anyway, so I use these tapers. And these are church tapers that I have gotten off of eBay. They come in a big old box like this. I just go ahead and cut them in half because they come, 18 inches or so. I cut them in half and I use them to light these lamps, instead of using a modern lighter. I just use a match that's turn of the century technology, well, a lot older than that. And I just light one of these tapers and use it along with the wick that's already in the sealing wax, and just go to town. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how it's done. Get my phone situated here, and take a swig of beer. Okay. So, yeah, that's wonderful. My beer spilled on me. So I have all of these invitations all made up already, and I'll just start by doing it. I use a candle tamper, or it's candle snuffer. Yeah, that's what it's called. And I use that to kind of position these to where the wax won't seep in between, behind this crease right here. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and use a lighter. Sometimes on these things, these wicks can get quite short, and they may not light. In which case, you can go ahead and use your taper. These tapers are cheap. I think I bought a box of 120 for maybe 10 bucks. It was one of the greatest things I've ever bought. And one thing I like to do is have my seal all ready to roll. Like one over here, one over there. So that all I have to do is just go to town. I start with lighting the wick first. One thing you have to remember with sealing wax is that it is wax, and wax is flammable. If you're not comfortable with doing this, I don't recommend you do it, but I've got 80 invitations to do. I just constantly blow it out if it gets, a little bright down there. It's just faster this way. You can see it's starting to flame up. It's just faster this way because if you do it the traditional way, like this, it can take quite a bit of time. When I seal my damn it. Anyway, I just let that set for a minute, and then I go on to the next one. Put this Inferno here. See, this is a lot faster than just using the wick of the candle. And I don't really prefer, I don't like the process of sticking this actual wax inside of a flame and getting a little glob of melted wax on the end and then touching the paper. I don't really like that. It's just kind of weird to me. Sometimes the wax can get a little hard, and you just press it in there and everything is nice and smooth. So when I'm done with that, just remove my snuffer, and I go ahead and drop the foam. And I just peel away the seal. Some people lick the seal, but this seal's right here is probably about, I know it's older than I am, and I'm 35, so I'm not licking that. This one's a little newer, but I'm still not going to lick it either. These seals are not all that great, because this is I'm not used to doing videos and stuff. I like to have a nice hefty seal like that, with a nice, with a good amount of wax on there. And you know what, when you do this, people don't really care. They get an invitation sealed in wax, and that's more than a lot of them ever see when it comes to that kind of lifestyle. So anyway, I might do 2 more. And I just light my taper, and I go to town. Sometimes you. This process can be, I wouldn't say dangerous, but anytime you're playing with fire, it can be dangerous. So I'm just going to say only slightly dangerous. But it's faster. And I'm the kind of guy who doesn't like holding the lighter up to the candle. I don't like holding the butane lighter up to it either. I just like the old ways of doing things, and this seems to be the fastest old way that I can think of. I like a big fat seal. One reason I don't like to just go with the flow of the wick of the actual sealing handle is because you can just take too much time, and these wicks constantly go out, and it pisses me off, to be honest with you. And when I am doing Christmas party invitations, getting pissed off is the last thing I want. That's the second time. I'm using helping hands for this. When using a seal, you don't really have to tamp it down like that, because the actual adhesive properties of the wax is what's going to hold the paper down. Now as we find, the harder you tamp it down, the lesser quality of a seal that you get. This one I didn't tamp down hardly at all. Again, this seal here is probably 40 years old. You can't even really tell what it is anymore. It was my father's. So I will continue to use it. That's a newer one. So anyway, if this video helped anybody, that's great. If nobody watches it, I don't care. There are people out there who really are like me and just want to do things the old way, and that's just an enjoyable aspects of that way of life, and this is one of them. So Merry Christmas.